The United States, the world's #1 superpower. But did you know that this powerful country is currently the world's largest debtor? According to current data for 2026, the U.S. federal government's debt has exceeded almost $38 trillion. Simply put, 38, followed by 12 zeros. If this debt burden were imposed on every American citizen, from children to the elderly, everyone would have about $111,000 in debt. The question is, despite such a huge debt, why isn't America going bankrupt? Why is the whole world still lending them money? In today's episode, we will delve deeper into this economic mystery. This debt of America did not happen in a day. This mountain of debt has been created in the past few decades for three main reasons. 1. Military spending. The amount of money America spends on defense to maintain its dominance is more than the combined budgets of the next 10 countries in the world. In particular, the Iraq and Afghanistan wars and recent global instability have increased this spending several times. 2. Budget deficit. The U.S. government spends several times more than it earns from taxes every year. To cover this excess money, they constantly have to borrow. 3. Emergency crises and stimulus. The U.S. government announced trillions of dollars in packages to keep the economy afloat after the 2008 recession, and more recently after COVID-19, which has caused the debt burden to skyrocket. Now the question may arise, if other countries would have gone bankrupt by now, why not America? The answer is hidden in the U.S. dollar. The dollar is the world's main reserve currency. Almost 90% of international trade is in dollars. As a result, America has the exclusive power to print money. The Federal Reserve, or Fed, plays the main role here. Although it is considered a government bank, its structure is quite complex. It is basically a hybrid model of public and private, where large commercial banks have an indirect influence. When the government needs money, they issue treasury bonds. These bonds are a kind of IOU, or promissory note. The Federal Reserve, or other countries around the world, such as China or Japan, buy these bonds and give the U.S. dollars in exchange. Since the U.S. borrows in its own currency, it never technically goes bankrupt, because it has the ability to pay off the debt by printing more dollars if necessary, which is called quantitative easing in economics. A major obstacle to America's debt is the debt ceiling, or the maximum debt limit. This is a legal limit set by the U.S. Congress. Occasionally you see in the news that America is on the verge of bankruptcy. This means that the government has reached its debt limit and needs congressional approval to borrow again. Although political parties negotiate to increase this limit at the last minute every time, it highlights the instability of the U.S. economy on the world stage. America is still alive because people have trust. Investors believe that no matter what happens, the U.S. government will pay back its bond money, but this trust is now being shattered. Currently, China, Russia, and the BRICS countries are trying to find an alternative to the dollar. This is called de-dollarization. If the demand for dollars in the global market decreases, America will no longer be able to borrow as easily as before. Then this burden of $38 trillion will become a thorn in their throat. The U.S. economy is currently surviving in a strange imbalance. On one side is innovation and technology, and on the other side is a mountain of debt. Only time will tell how long this balance will last. However, it is certain that the global economy is now undergoing a transformation. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more informative content. Thanks for watching.